Okay, so here we go. This is the install portion of the video. So what I've done is I put my Rav4 on ramps, okay? These SUV ramps. These are the biggest ones that I've got. And then I've got a chock on the rear wheel should the parking brake fail. I doubt it will, but hey, safety, right? All right, and so hopefully, since the Rav4 is a pretty tall vehicle, the ramps will be enough to get this work done, okay? Because working under a Prius is not easy, okay? But a Rav4 should be a lot easier, which is why you should probably put the Cat Shield on, because it's easy to get to the Cat because your vehicle is taller than a Prius. Okay, so let's start the install. All right, HadesOmega here, and we're gonna get ready to install this Cat Shield. All right, so the first thing you should do with your Cat Shield is inventory it. All right, and that's what we got right here. So I've got everything all laid out, and we're gonna go count it all together. Okay. So they've got it inventoried in kind of a weird way, all right? But they have pictures of everything that you should have, all right? And this tells you where all of them go, all right? So we've got combo A, combo B, combo C, 4 screws, and then the keys, all right? Let's do combo A first, all right? Combo A is, well, let's count how many bolts we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 smaller ones, all right? So that's a total of 9, all right? 9, all right? So count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay? And you should have 4 of the small ones, right? And then you should have 2 long ones, 2 medium ones, and then 1 that's kind of in between them, okay? That looks right. Okay, so for combo A, you're gonna have this kind of coupler dealie, all right? Tie rod coupler, this guy, okay? And then you're gonna have a very small spacer and one that's similar to the combo B ones, all right? And I believe it's these two, okay? So this is the small one, all right? And this is the one that accompanies it, all right? It almost looks like this one, but it's a little bit smaller, all right? That's how they describe it in the manual, okay? So I got it. Now we're going to check out combo B. Combo B should have 2 of these medium-sized spacers. There you go. And then combo C has the longest spacers. All right, and then yeah, we went over all the bolts already, but each bolt should have a washer and a split lock washer. Okay, so we had 9 bolts. We should have 9 washers and split lock washers. All right, here I've got 9. All right, that's 8, 9. Whoops. And then I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've actually got an extra split lock washer. Hooray. I think it's a good idea to have extras, because you never know, you might. It's better to have extras than not enough. All right. So let's say, all right. And then the keys, all right. So if you've got this doohickey, all right, and then this star bit that has a hole in the center. Okay. I guess this is oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, so this is actually not in the manual. Yeah, it's not the star bit, all right, but the big star bit is, all right, and I believe that goes to this, all right. So that's what this is, all right. All right, it's the key and the locking nut. Very cool. I don't think you can purchase this anywhere. Okay, so that's good. All right, and if the thieves want it, they're gonna have to buy the whole kit. Okay, all right. And then yeah, you're gonna have the 2 pieces. All right, you got the big piece, and then this is the thicker piece that goes up. All right, it mounts like right here. All right. Oh man, this will do the trick. All right. Okay, and then also tells you what tools you'll need. All right, so let's go over some of the tools I've got here. So you're gonna need a 1/4 inch bit driver, right? And that's what these are. All right, I've got various kinds. All right, I got 4 different kinds right here. Just like a long screwdriver one. I have a stubby one, and like kind of medium-sized ratcheting ones. All right. I think we'll probably have enough room to use this tool. All right, this is an electric one. All right, you can shape it like a gun handle, sorta. Okay, and then the next thing you need is a flathead screwdriver or a plastic rivet removal tool. All right, and this is what I've got. I've got a, was it 3/16 screwdriver? All right, that's a smaller one. And I've got a bigger one. This is a quarter. This is a 1/4 inch flathead. And then I've got this small pry bar. Okay, so generally from all the clips that I've taken out on the Rav4, the small one, the 3/16 one, does the trick. Okay, and then the last thing you'll need is a 10mm and a 12mm socket. Right, and there you go. Obviously you're going to need the ratchet for it too, so the ratchet or whatever device to use it, okay, or a wrench. And then some protective eyewears and gloves. All right, I don't think I'm going to wear gloves, but yeah, this does look kind of like it's kind of sharp. Yeah, the edges are kind of sharp, so you might cut yourself if you're not careful. Okay, but I'm gonna not wear gloves. All right. But yes, definitely do wear safety glasses, all right, because you're going to be working underneath the vehicle and stuff could be falling into your eyes and it'd be all bad. Okay, so if you don't wear glasses or whatever, make sure you wear some safety glasses. Okay, we've got everything, and then there's the stickers right there. This will be the last thing we apply to the vehicle. All right, let's get this party started. Okay, since we've done the inventory, I'm going to go ahead and separate all of these into their respective groups. All right, we have the combo A, B, and C. I'm going to go and do it. Okay, so I've gone ahead and separated everything into their combo groups. All right, according to the instructions manual, we've got combo A right here. I've already kind of screwed it into the tie rod. We've got combo B, combo C, and then the 4 smaller screws, and then all the keys and all that good stuff. All right, so everything is all assembled. I'm not going to go over the inventory because I went over it already. Okay, also there's some other stuff here. Torque specs for M6 tamper-proof screws are 37 to 72. Holy shit, that's a big that's a big spread there. All right, 37 to 72 inch-pounds. All right, how about 50? I'll choose 50 inch-pounds. All right, and when we're done, we'll torque it all. Assistance is recommended to hold the shield in place, and do not use impact tools or electric drills. All right, I do have a driver tool. I probably won't use it. I'm not sure. We'll see. But since we're going to use a torque, we're going to need a torque wrench because we're going to torque it after. All right, I have to say I'm quite impressed with the MillerCAT instructions thus far. They do have torque specs for the fasteners. All right, so you would imagine some of the stuff that I installed doesn't have like the torque specs and everything, but they thought of everything is what I want to say. All right, professional installation is recommended. All right, but HadesOmega is a semi-professional. I'm a professional YouTuber. How about that? Okay, so this is where all the fasteners will be going. Let's get started. Okay, step 1, remove the bolts. Remove the 4 bolts using a 10mm socket. Remove the 4 bolts that are shown in image A. All right, so let me go look for those. Okay, Marvel at the bottom of the Rav4. All right, so if you look at the manual, you're gonna want to walk in this area right here, right, where you got this opening for the cat. All right, the bolts that they want you to remove. All right, this is a, by the way, that's a flex section. That's not the cat. That's the cat right there. Okay. What you're gonna want to remove is this bolt right here. All right, and we're looking at it from the front of the vehicle. This one right here. All right. This one way over here. Okay, and then this one over here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, I went in ahead and removed the bolts. I used a impact gun with the 10mm. You could use a ratchet or whatever. Okay, removing it is okay to use an impact gun. Okay, there's the 2 bolts there, and the 2 bolts for the other side. All right, so what I found is easier to come in from the sides. Okay. All right. Okay, so in step 2, it says remove the plastic pull down the undercarriage panel enough to expose the plastic fastener. You don't have to remove it, you just need to move it, all right? And it says, it shows it where the location right here. Locate the black fastener, refer to image B for location. Yep, they showed you right there. Lower the panel on the driver's side enough to expose the fastener. Use a flathead screwdriver to dislodge the plastic fastener, all right? Then after you take it out, you install the spacer onto the stud, all right? Okay. Okay, so the fastener they're talking about is this one right here, right? So what you want to do is look for this cat, all right? And then right next to it is this fastener. You got to pull this off enough where we can access the stud here, okay? So I'm going to attempt it. I gotta move the camera to it though. Okay, it says to pull it from the driver's side, all right? So from this side right here. All right, and I think I've already pulled some of it off. Man, there's a bunch of dirt in here. Okay, so yeah, I wasn't really sure what the fastener, what they're talking about is this whole thing here. All right, I thought this was part of the plastic. I kind of broke it trying to take it off. Yeah, so you got to try to pry this guy off. All right, so that's what I want to try and do. I broke it already, but I don't think we're going to use it again anymore, so it's fine. It's very brittle. Oh, I think, oh, you know what? You're not supposed to. You're supposed to unscrew it. You're not supposed to pry it out with the freaking thing. You just unscrew it, guys. That's how it works. I just broke it when I didn't have to. I realized that, yeah, you just unscrew it. That's why it's not coming out. That's why it's shaped that way. Kind of unscrew it and pull back on it a little bit. It's kind of hard to do now that I've broken it. Oh, it just popped out. Oh, I just made it go back in. Great. Oh my God, it's so dirty under here. Oh, okay, I got it out. Okay, so this is what's in there. All right, what's on the other side? I think you gotta. The way it works is you gotta pull it, and just unscrew it, and it'll come out. You don't use a pry bar to take it out. I don't know why they told you to use the pry. I mean, I guess you could, but it broke the plastic pieces around it. All right, so anyway, I don't think we're gonna need that anymore. So that we just need to get to this stud right here. All right, see this stud right there? All right, so this white part was inside here. All right, and then the black part is the part that is exposed right here. Okay, what I would do is just try to unscrew it. Just unscrew it and pull on this, and it should just come out. All right, but I kind of broke it because they told you to pry on it, so that's what I did. I broke it. Okay, so you're gonna use the combo A. All right, so I've already I've already done it how it's supposed to go. All right, so it's gonna look just like this. According to the diagram, you're gonna have the screw, all right, the combo A screw with the washer, and well, we're not gonna need it anyway right now, but and then just put it for later, and then put the longer spacer in there, and then kind of screw it up in there. Okay, and then screw this into the stud. All right. Okay, can you guys tell I've done a fair amount of off-roading in my Rav4? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna see if I can get all that dirt out of there before we put the cat shield on. Okay, that's why we wear safety glasses, guys. Okay, that stuff could just get in your eyeballs. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove all this stuff here. Just make sure you remember how it goes. All right, that's how it's supposed to go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and screw this into that stud that we. Okay, after cleaning out the plastic panels full of dirt and stuff. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do, we're working right here. Get the spacer, get the stud, and try to somehow get it up in there without losing it. Ooh, okay, and then stick the... Okay, so you gotta sandwich the spacer in there. Okay, and then I'm gonna tighten it to 55 inch-pounds. I got my torque wrench here. Okay, there you go. Alright, so that's what it should look like. There should be a spacer in there. push it up in there. Alright, you should see the spacer in there, alright? There you go. Just like it looks like there's supposed to be a spacer sticking out of it, but it's not. Okay? Yeah, I don't know. But according to the picture, alright, the bolt that goes in there is it goes with the long spacer, right? So the small spacer is the one that's supposed to be pressing on the body, right? I guess I don't think it really matters. It just needs, you just need to space it enough where you can do the thing, okay? All right, but yeah, it's up in there. All right. Okay, step 4, install the upper reinforcement shield to the main shield. Use the 4 tamper-proof screws, lock washers, and fender washers to attach the upper plate to the main shield. Refer to image E, all right? Pretty easy. So these are the 4 fasteners they're talking about. All right, I've already kind of got them ready. There should be a there's the small, these are the smallest bolts. There should be a split lock washer, and then the fender washer they're talking about. Okay, so we don't need to use any kind of Loctite on it because it's got split lock washers. Okay, so you're gonna bolt this plate onto the other plate. All right, so the threads are on this plate, so you want to put this on the top of the plate. Right, see where the folded sections are going up. All right, that's the part that you want to put it on. All right, let's do it by hand first. Man, these are pretty long. Okay, you're gonna use your special star bit, all right? I'm just gonna very lightly put it on with this gun. So I'm gonna put at the lowest torque. Okay, and I'm gonna drive it in the rest of the way with this. How about this one also? Okay, so this is the ratcheting one, and this is like just a regular one. So. All right, I think this ratcheting one is probably the best one. Okay. Okay, so I just tighten it as tight as I could with this tool, all right, without exerting too much force. Right? Okay, that's the next step done. I'm surprised how much these stick out, all right? They stick out a whole lot. I think those could be shorter, but maybe there's a reason they're that long. We'll find out. Okay, we're on step 5, all right? So step 5, we gotta actually install it, guys. All right, this is it. This is go time. All right, so it says to refer to image F to see the different locations of the spacers. All right, that's that one right there. Do not tighten the screws to the shield first. Loosely install each screw so the spacers can be inserted between the shields and the vehicle. So it looks like they recommend you install the front part of the shield first, okay? So these two up there, all right? And you would use the medium spacer. Yeah, you would use the medium spacer. That's these guys, all right? And the medium-sized bolts. All right, so let's go ahead and install those. I'll let you know how it goes. So basically, this is how it's going to go, guys. I don't know how well I'm going to get it on video, but this spacer is going to go up here, all right? And then you're going to bolt it to the bottom of your vehicle like that. Okay, so it says to have somebody help you, but I'm going to use a jack to help me, okay? I've jacked it up about halfway so it doesn't flop over too much. And then so where we're going to install the front are where those two bolts came out, all right? I think right here, all right? Right here and right here. Okay. Right here and right here is where it's going to go. Got it? All right, I'll just get a video and I'll let you guys know. Okay, I've got the first two in. All right, I managed to get the spacers in there, no problem. So if you have a jack, it helps a whole lot. Make sure it's pretty high up there. Get it pretty close, because I had it like halfway. I was like, I thought I only need halfway, so I jacked it up a little bit more. So it was a few inches from the bottom, all right? And then what we're gonna do next is just try to get the first one into position, all right, is what I did. Once you get the first bolt in, it holds itself up, and then it becomes much easier, right? And this one was a lot easier, and I'd imagine the last couple will be even easier, okay? So let's go continue on the way. So now it just holds itself up. And they're loose right now. It's just to keep them loose so you can get everything in place. All right. Okay, so now that we've finished combo B, all right, those are the ones in the front. We're gonna do these two in the center, all right? This combo C, these are the longest spacers, all right? So you're gonna install the ones that are in the middle. All right, let's go do it. It helps to put them in your pocket and then grab them when you're there, okay? Okay, here we are. We're gonna go install the C bolts and spacers. All right, this one looks even easier. All right, you're gonna put the spacer underneath here. There's a little opening here, okay, guys? And you're gonna take your bolt with the fasteners, with the washers and all that good stuff. All right, try to get it in. This is actually not hard at all. I thought it was gonna be more difficult. Okay, use the ratcheting screwdriver to tighten it just a little bit. Okay, then we're gonna go to the other side. Okay, so your last C bolt is gonna go here. All right, that's the bolt and the spacer. Okay, get your bolt and get your spacer. Stick your spacer in there. Stick the bolt in. All right, push it up. And then you should be able to get it in there. There we go. Okay, screw it in a bit. Okay. Now screw it about halfway. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and install that last bolt, all right, from that kind of coupler. Okay, you remember where this was, right? Oh boy. Oh boy. That's why I was saying, yeah, you're gonna have trouble with this one. So try to loosen it as much as you can. Okay, what you're gonna do is get the spacer, put it in there, and get this, and then tighten it to that coupler that you installed, okay? Oh, this is gonna be tough. It's not a whole lot of room to work with. I may lose it and may go rolling over there too. You know what, instead of coming from here, I think I should have gone from over there. Okay, I'm just kind of walking it. Yeah, it's easier from this side, guys. It's way easier for this side. All right, put it here, slide it on over. Okay, then you might have to look through the hole. Okay, there, I see it. I'm gonna go ahead and stick the bolt through it, and then hopefully we can reach that coupler. All right, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Precision fit, man. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit difficult. Whew, okay, I thought I was gonna strip it. I was gonna cross thread it. Okay, about halfway. Okay, now it says to fasten the security nut to the stud using a 12mm socket. Refer to image J. Tighten all screws to complete installation. All right, so pretty much almost done. So we're gonna, this is the tool you're gonna be using to tighten this. All right, so on J. Oh, it's not here. Okay, there's only one hole left, guys. So there's there's only one hole left, and I saw where it was. Okay, so this is where the last nut goes. All right. So one thing I'm beginning to notice is that this should be under here, all right? And I've already put the shield on. So I'm gonna have to get this outside there, or I'm gonna have to take the shield back off and then take it out there. Fortunately, it looks like there might be enough room to pry it off. Okay, so I'm gonna try that. Maybe I'm gonna peel it, pull on the shield out as much as I can. Try to get this. Oh my God. There we go. Okay, so that's supposed to be underneath there. Now I like tweaked it, right? It's like all crooked now. Okay, so now another problem is there's a freaking nut there. I never told you to take that out, man. So I'm gonna go get a open-ended wrench and take it. I know it would have been easier if we just did it before. Okay, just gonna peel this back. Take this nut off. I don't remember where, they never said to take this off, so I didn't take it off. Okay, fortunately it's not that hard to get off. Put the shield on there. Because I don't think that's going to screw in there with that on there. Okay, there it is. It's like a nut with like a washer on it. Makes me wonder if we need a washer. This doesn't have a locking nut. It doesn't have anything, all right? It's basically a kind of combination of a nut and a flat washer, sort of, but it doesn't have a locking nut on it, so it may come off through vibration later. So what I did is I put a kind of blue Loctite, all right? This one's like a purple color one, but all right. And I had to dab it on my finger, all right, and stick it on the threads, all right? I'll show you real quick. I'll get my finger all lubed up again for you guys. Things I do for content. Okay. Yeah, let's make sure you got a good amount on the tip. All right, and that ain't gonna come out, hopefully, because your car, you know, is subjected to a lot of vibrations and stuff, and fasteners can get loose. All right, that's why they say if you drive off-road a lot, because like, yeah, your car is gonna bounce around a whole lot. Stuff may get loose, so you have to re-torque everything. That's what it says in the manual. Right? Okay, so I'm gonna do it by hand as much as I can. All right, that's it. And then you would use the tool to torque it down. All right, but first we're going to go tighten the rest of the fasteners. All right, guys, so I'm gonna start in the center and then work my way around. All right, so there's this guy here. I'm just gonna tighten it with this, and then we'll torque it later. So I'm gonna torque the sides first. Okay, I'm gonna torque this one. I'm gonna tighten this one. Okay, I can already tell you it's pushing this in right here. I'm noticing that right now. Is that normal? I don't know. Okay. And then we're going to tighten this one. Okay, now we're going to go and do the other ones. All right. Okay, we're going to do the center one here. All right, just tighten it snug first. It's a good thing it presses on plastic too, that way it won't rattle on anything. Some of these cat shields have problems with rattling and stuff. That's why they have all these spacers and stuff. Oh boy, this one will not stop. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna go begin torquing. So I've got it set to 55 inch-pounds again. I feel that's a good torque. All right, that's kind of in the middle of the range they give you. I've got a 6.5 millimeter socket, and I've got it. We're going to put our bit on it, and we're going to use that to torque it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, that's good right there. We're pretty close already. So if you don't have a torque wrench, just make it as snug as you can without, you know, having to overexert yourself. That's all I would say. Okay. Let's go to the other side. Okay, for our last trick, we're going to finish tightening down that nut, all right? So you're going to use a 12 millimeter and the key, okay? The key takes a 12 millimeter. We're going to torque it down to 55 and then 65 again. Okay. I do it as tight as I can by hand here. Okay, lots of Loctite on it, so it won't come out on its own. Okay, there you go. That's 55-ish. Okay, this is about 65 right here. This is pretty cool. I've never actually seen one of these, so that's a good thing. It's not easy to get. All right, there you go. All right, we're done. Everything is nice and tight. Okay, guys, it's installed. All right, we'll take a look at it in a bit. But so when you're done, you should have these left over. All right, you have the 4 bolts that you removed, and we replaced them, right? And then you have that nut that we took off. I don't remember them mentioning taking this off. I'll read the manual again. Maybe I just missed it. And then there's that plastic clip. All right, the plastic clip with this white thingy on it. All right. I don't know if you're supposed to leave the white thingy. I don't think it does anything. Okay. And then I had this extra split lock washer that I got with my thing. I didn't use it. All right. You've got your key for the nut, security nut, and then you've got your star bit. All right. Make sure you don't lose these, because if you need to take it off again, you need these tools. Okay. Not gonna lie, this is pretty easy to acquire. Okay, you can get that from Harbor Freight. This, I've never seen this before. Okay, so that's probably the best security right there. If you could go one step further and just strip all the fasteners. Okay, strip all the heads off the fasteners. They'll never get this thing off, man. Okay. Okay, yeah, so that's what the stuff you're supposed to have left over, okay? All right, well, there it is installed. It looks like it's an OEM piece of hardware, all right? Except it's not plastic, it's made out of aluminum. All right. Cool. So I think to access the oil filter and all that stuff is right here. You don't have to worry about that. I don't think there's really any kind of maintenance you got to do on this side of the car other than, yeah, the catalytic converter, all right, or the battery, all right? The front part of the battery is over there. So if you ever need to work on any of that stuff, you're going to have to take this off, all right? So you can see it's not very hard to get on, all right? So there's the two front fasteners, all right? There's the center fastener, and then there's the one end right over right there, and then the nut is like hiding up in there, all right? The rest of those bolts are what hold that other plate in, all right? The 90-degree plate. All right, so what that does is it keeps somebody from able to saw the catalytic converter off, okay? So here it is. It says MillerCAT. Very nice. All right, it's got this little thing here. I don't really know what this is for. Maybe there's something back there that requires this to be here. I'm not sure. Okay, I will note that there is a little gap here. All right, enough to get half of my finger through it. All right, there is a gap right here. I don't know how far it goes, so you could possibly get a saw in here or something. All right, yeah, man. You could probably get a rotary saw and cut this. All right, but it wouldn't be easy. Okay, yeah, it wouldn't be easy. It would make a lot of noise too. So there's the security bolts that are here. All right, the star nuts or star bolts. It fits very tightly here. All right, will this rattle? I don't think so. It's pretty secure, and all the stuff it's touching is plastic. All right, so the plastic won't rattle. I've had like cat shields rattle on stuff before, right? But I don't think this will rattle. Okay, if anything, it'll act as like a skid plate too when you drive off road, so that's a good thing. It's pretty strong. It's not. I know. I wish it was a little thicker, I guess. Kind of the same thickness that was on the other piece that you bolted on. Okay, this is what it looks like from where the cat is. All right, so this is the cat right here. All right, so the way it protects your cat. All right, I would think maybe if they could make a piece that goes back here. All right, well anyway, before I critique it, I'll just say, so the way the way they're protecting your cat is they're keeping it from, well, yeah, let's see, let me jiggle the cat around. All right, yeah, oh, it comes close. Okay guys, it comes really close to the shield, but doesn't touch. All right, so I don't know, maybe if you hit a big enough bump it might touch, but it won't touch. It'll just kiss it just barely. Okay, but yeah, that's the gap right there. It's pretty close to the cat. All right, you may get some rattling with the cat. All right, but it's probably not likely. The idea behind this plate is to keep them from sawing it from the front. All right, you can obviously saw it from right here. You could cut that pretty easily, but then you would have to either damage the cat, all right, destroy the cat, or you'd have to take this cover off before you can cut this. Okay, you can't cut. Yeah, it would be very difficult to cut anywhere back here. All right. If you were to get the sawzall here, and it would make like a ton of noise, man. It would be very hard to cut this, okay, the cat itself. So, and they're gonna damage the cat. What's the point, you know? All right, and then so yeah, from here on they can't cut anything. All right, or I won't say they can't cut anything, but it would be very difficult to cut. Okay, yeah, okay. Could you get a rotary saw and cut through this? Maybe. It would be very difficult. Okay guys, plus they have this reinforcement lip here. All right, see, you see how thick the aluminum is. Yeah, that's a lot of aluminum to cut through, man. It's gonna dull tools and all that stuff. It's gonna take a while to get through this. All right, so the part that where they would cut the most, they reinforced it. I like that. Okay, that's a good design. That looks like a great design. All right, and then the rest of this is just to help reinforce this whole armored piece right here. Okay, and also acts as kind of like a skid plate, sort of. All right, if I can find a way to get rid of that gap, maybe loosen it and then loosen all the bolts, put a jack under there a little bit, so you could press up on it and then tighten everything. Maybe you can get rid of that gap. Okay, I might try it on another day. Okay. But yeah, the cat's on this side. This is the one where you're worried about the most. Okay, this is the second cat. The first cat is way up there. All right, there's no way they're gonna get that. All right, it'd be very difficult to get that. However, this one is very, very easy to get to. All right, and you just made it much harder to get to. Okay, you can cut this part. All right, but you can't cut this part. All right, and then once they see this plate, they'll probably move on to another Rav4. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. All right, okay, pretty good design. So there's a gap right here. All right, there's not really any gaps around here to get any tools in. All right, you would have to use a very small saw blade. I did note that it touches my exhaust shield right here. Okay, I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but whatever. All right, I don't think it's gonna rattle all that much. I'll let you guys know if it rattles in the future. All right, but yeah, there's a good sizable gap right here. There's not much of a gap around here. Okay, so there's just a couple gaps in the front, and then some gaps here. All right, but you can't do anything if you put a saw blade in there. Trust me, bud. Okay. All right, pretty cool. Okay, so another note: the fasteners, like I mentioned. Okay, the star bit. These are not too hard to get. Okay, guys. This is like it's a star bit with like a hole in the center. All right, you can get these at Harbor Freight. This I don't know where to get. Okay, so make sure you don't lose that. All right. And yes, they will actually have to have this to take it out. All right, if they want to take the shield out. Yeah, the best thing you could do is probably just rivet it on. Okay. No. I think the design, how they designed this, you don't rivet it on. All right. You're utilizing where there were bolts previously. Okay. The one that will be really hard to get off is this one right here. Okay, and that's where that's in the area where the cat is. Okay. But yeah, if somebody really knew, like they watched HadesOmega's video, how this thing is installed, all right, they would take their Harbor Freight security bit set, okay, and unbolt all those bolts, and then I guess try to get that other one off. Okay. So it's not impossible to defeat, all right, I'll tell you that now, but it'll slow them down. All right, it's more work. They got to make more noise, they got to be there longer for the cops, you know, to bust them, type of thing. Okay, so hopefully that's enough to protect your cat from getting stolen. Okay, don't forget to put your cat shield stickers on there, all right, so the thieves know that you're protected. All right, go to the next Rav4, find another vehicle, because this one is going to be hard to steal. All right, and there's my other one. Okay, I thought about putting it here, but the windshield wiper would hit it, so I'll just put it right here. Okay, that's where the cat is too, so if they were trying to get to the cat, it would be like right here, so they'll see this like, uh-oh, better not mess with it. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go put my Rav4 into hybrid mode, and we'll see if it makes any noise. All right, if it makes any rattling sounds, that's what we don't want. I'd imagine in EV mode you could probably hear it rattling if you hit a bump or something, but let's just see if we fire up the engine, will it make any noise? All right. Okay, I'm gonna hit EV hybrid mode. It should fire up soon. It's in hybrid mode, yeah. It's in hybrid mode. Let's turn the air conditioning on. Oh, there we go. Okay, you heard it. Not too I don't hear anything rattling, okay? I'm gonna go take it for a ride around the neighborhood, and I'll let you know how it goes. But so far I didn't hear any noticeable rattles. Okay, so I went and took the Rav4 for a spin around the block in hybrid mode, and I kind of got, well, I don't know, I just got it up to the speed limit, that's all. And I was listening for any kind of rattles or anything, and I didn't hear anything, so looks good. All right, so the next test would be like if I was to go over any speed bumps to see if it flops around and stuff, but I don't hear anything. Okay, so I think it's pretty good. All right, and that's the install of the MillerCAT Cat Shield, all right, for the Rav4 Prime. All right, so for the hybrid, I believe it's very similar, it's just a little bit different. You can get the instructions on their website, you can download them if you want to. If you want to look at it beforehand, or if you lose your instruction manual or whatever, for some reason you don't have it. Okay, so a couple notes. It took me 2 hours to do this. All right, I started at 3 and now it's like around 5 o'clock, and that's with me trying to teach you guys and shoot video how to install. All right, so I'd imagine if you knew what you were doing, you could probably do this in about an hour. Okay, if you knew what you were doing. It's nearly not that hard because the Rav4 has a lot of ground clearance. Okay, just make sure you got some nice ramps, and working on it is pretty easy. Okay, it helps to have a jack. All right, you can use the jack as your helper. In the manual it mentions, yeah, to have help do it, but once you can have the jack hold the back of it up, and then you just kind of maneuver the front into place. Okay, I did notice there's a little gap in the center, like it's kind of bowing in the center a little bit. What I might try to do at a later time is loosen all the fasteners again, get a jack, press up on the center part so it bows it the other direction, right? It concaves it, and then tighten in all the fasteners again, and hopefully that center, where it bows in the center, will be gone. Okay, it'll be touching the plastic part instead. Okay, stuff, dirt and stuff could get in there. Right? Is this what I was going to say? It just kind of bothers me that it's there. Okay, there were some other tools that they didn't mention in the manual that I used. All right, one of them is a torque wrench. All right, you're going to want a torque wrench. All right, you should have it so it can do the 12 millimeter and the bit. All right, the star bit. I use a 6.5 millimeter socket to be able to torque with the star bit. Okay, and then I use a open-ended 10 millimeter wrench. All right, this is the open part on the 10 millimeter wrench, to take out this nut. All right, they didn't mention taking this nut out in the manual. I don't know why. They probably forgot it. I looked over it again and I didn't really see it either. I didn't see a picture of it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you got to take this out because there's not enough threads to get that nut in there. All right, and then the plastic clip that you're supposed to take out, I tried to pry it out and I broke it. Okay, I broke the black part of the clip. There's a black part and there's a white part of the clip. I broke the black part because I did what they told me to do, try to pry it off, and it broke. Okay, I think you're just supposed to tug on it and it's supposed to let loose, I think. But what you could do is, since it has these little black wings here, you can unscrew it. All right, so what I would do is pull it and then unscrew it and pull it and unscrew it, and then eventually it might come out. It's kind of annoying, but I got it out. All right, I don't think you're going to use it again. So okay. Okay, and yeah, so that concludes the installation video for the Cat Shield. You can, I will have a link in the description of the video where you can purchase these, and I have a coupon code so you can get a discount on your purchase. All right, and then and they know that, like, hey, you watched HadesOmega's video, you know, and he gets a little credit for it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, thanks for watching. HadesOmega out. Hope you learned something. Hope it was educational and entertaining. HadesOmega out. That's how to protect your Toyota Rav4 Prime catalytic converter.